Peace to the family. We are now back, and I wanted to name this particular session. If you build their dreams, you create your nightmare. So let's do that again. If you build their dreams, you create their nightmare. That's what this class is about today, or this session. So I'm glad that you on live. Again, this is Brother Polight. Just so you know, whenever you email me, always send me your phone number as well. If you build their dreams, you create your nightmare. If you build their dreams, you create your nightmare. These are entrepreneurial goals. This is what I got to talk to you about every time I go live. I got to drill it through the minds and the hearts of the people who may be feeling like they're down on their luck. Drill it through the minds and the hearts of the people who don't quite know where to start. I have to always let you know. Let's hold each other's hand and let's walk each other through this situation. Oh, no doubt. Thank you for listening to this daily knowledge. This is our daily bread right here. So first and foremost, if you don't have a trust set up, it's the number one thing you should be doing. Everyone should definitely have a trust. Okay, so you go to brotherpolite45@gmail.com. Always, you got to have the trust. Why you want to have a trust? Because you could just about make a part-time job out of spending, because you can write off or credit a lot of your spending to your business. How so? Well, let's do it like this. In law, your company is considered a person or a legal person or an entity, but let's focus on the word person. And the manner in which the company is supposed to act is called its personality. So in law, your company, in this particular case a trust, is considered a person. Why is that important? Well, when you have people claiming children on their taxes, right? Because children are persons, right? These are people. People claim children on their taxes and they get money back. Well, likewise, because your trust is considered a person in law, you can get monies back for the spending of your business because it acts on your behalf as though it came in your personage. So you can write off the spending of your business and your taxes. Why is that important? Well, you may say, well, Polight, why are you saying that we should have a trust more especially set up as far as business is concerned? Well, most of you are spending money throughout the year and you get absolutely nothing back after you spend money. So you have a large group of us, we spend money throughout the year and we say we don't have enough money. Of course, we don't forecast economically what money's going to do or how much debt it will have. But if we just were a bit patient and anticipated returns for the longevity, then guess what we'll realize? We'll come to the fact that, you know what? I can recklessly spend money. Any money spent that's not on behalf of your business, for the most part, is reckless. You know why? Because if I could get money back for spending my money, why would I want to spend my money any other way? Why wouldn't I want to pay for my business dinner? Or why wouldn't I want to accredit my dinner to being a contributing factor of my business? Why would I not want to go to a sporting event and say, you know what? I had to take out a colleague of mine or partner of mine to close the deal. So I'm going to write off this engagement in my business. Why not? Why not get the tax credits or necessary subsidy for your spending? Why would you just sit there and say, man, I'm going to spend my money and get nothing back at the end of the year? So first of all, that's a problem, because you could just about make a part-time job minus the labor out of spending your own money. You see what I'm saying? So that's the first tip for today. You got to get a trust. Definitely should get a trust. A solo tax lien fund trust would be smart, or real estate investment trust, a RIT, even an irrevocable trust. But you definitely should set up a trust. Yes, it's Brother Polight. POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Yeah, so the goal is, we want to work smarter, not harder. That's what they say, right? And I don't mind hard work, but if I'm working harder, that's because I'm making a smarter decision. How about that? So number one goal that we just discussed: why spend money throughout the year and get none of it back when you can spend money and get maybe a third of it back, maybe 10-15% of it back? But if I spend $60,000 in the year, it would be nice to get anywhere between that'd be a good look. Now, a LLC is cool and a corporation is cool, but the benefits are more expansive when you're spending with a trust. There's more fluidity there. But it's all based on the personality of the business, and that's why the company is called a person or a legal person, and henceforth it has rendered to itself a personality. Oh man, Dennis Byron's a funny dude. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Also, credit-wise, what I want to talk to you about credit. Let's think about it. Well, there's definitely credit card redlining. There's credit redlining. They can ask you what race you are to deny you of credit or loans. But what they can do is say, hey, what's the average race or ethnicity that exists per zip code? And in doing so, they're able to alienate certain groups of people. So they actually have a map where there's literally red lines going through the map, and that's letting you know the zones in which they will not normally or traditionally approve people a certain credit or give them X amount in terms of loans. So guess what? You got to know how to weave around it. So one of the instances that you can use is you can set up a UPS box, because it's considered residential, not a UPS, not a USPS box, not a United States Postal Office box, but UPS box is considered residential. And where would you set it up at? You will set up this UPS mailing address at or in a neighborhood where people are making over $150,000 a year, because that's where wealth begins, at $150,000 a year. So if you set up a mailing address in those neighborhoods, then what will more likely happen is you'll have a higher credit approval rating, because they can't ask you your race, but they can figure out which race populates an area mostly. And that's how they're able to alienate a lot of us. Secondly, neighborhoods in general that are not prospering, if you're from those particular zip codes, you're less likely to get a higher approval for loans, less likely. And then also what you got to consider is the fact that you won't even be able to get a damn credit card. And if you did get a credit card, the credit line will be very low or very small. So you want to be mindful of that as well. You want to be mindful of that. Yeah, trying to get the right lighting. I can't tell the glare from the sun. But as long as you can hear me, that's the goal. Because right now, I just look like a black face with a Yankee hat. So that's another tip for you all. Free tip. Save you a lot of money though. I mean, we have a credit repair program, but that tip is very valuable. So you want to have an address, even when you have business or phone numbers. You know, when you're from New York, you want to have a 212 number, because it's a form of rhetoric that people are responsive to, because it stipulates that you're doing some kind of business in the city. You know, there's businesses that make a living renting out office space that's extremely small, not because someone really wants to operate in the office space, but because someone wants to be able to say they have a business by that address. And when you see on the P.O. box, or you see on the mailing address that it's a New York address and it's Midtown Manhattan, or in the business district, it gives people a higher inclination towards you. It adds credibility to who or what you are just by having a certain type of address. It means a lot to people. And why would that be important? Because you may have a business, which you should, and your business address should be associated to that address. Why? Because your business should have a credit line as well. You should be able to pull credit from your business as well. True. So addresses are very important. It's a big part of the game. Doesn't cost you much, but it'll cost you a little just to pay for a box for 6 months at a time, or maybe a year at a time. Be sure to share this information. People need it. And that's what you need to do. You need to align yourself with all this information. Someone asks if the address should match something on your ID. Well, if it's your business address, your bank account, everything should be synchronized with that address. If it's just your personal ID, not necessarily. However, it would be nice if you update your information, because you want everything synchronized. But it's not the end of the world if it contradicts your ID, because people are entitled to have several other addresses. But the presumption is, when you're dealing with these credit unions, you want to have your records reflecting that this is your address. And not only that, you want that to be your address for a relatively long. You want that to be your address for a relatively long period of time. Oftentimes people go to the bank and they try to get loans. And the number one reason they can't get loans from the bank is because they don't have a relationship with that bank. They haven't banked with that institution long enough, nor does the activity seem consistent or reflective of someone that they can entrust with a loan. So there goes the issue. And then you try to get a personal loan because you had no business set up the whole while. Now you want to have your personal account and you want to have a business account. You want to have activity going on both of them. You want to show that you can exercise amazing judgment when it comes to dealing with credit. So you want to have 2 credit cards, tops, especially if you're just building credit. And you want to have a balance transfer option on your credit cards. It's going to help improve your credit score. Because if you go over the percentage that they expect you not to, if you go over the percentage that you shouldn't go over as far as the line of credit extended to you, you want to transfer over the amount in excess to the other credit card. When you do that, it's going to show that you're a very educated consumer. What does that mean? If I get a $5,000 credit limit on my Visa, then that means I shouldn't use more than $750 out of the $5,000. You shouldn't use more than 15% of the credit issued to you. Never use more than 15%. You may have a $5,000 limit. You may think to yourself, well, you know what? I can use $3,000. It's a trick. They really don't want you to use more than $750 out. And if you went over $750, then let's say I go over $750 by $950, then you want to transfer at least $200 to $300 into your other credit card, whose balance by percentage should obviously be over $200 to $300. And the reason why you're doing that is because you're using the balance transfer option, and it shows that you understand credit, and it shows you understand the nuances of credit, and thus credibility will be rendered onto you, and it'll help boost your credit score. Because not being active can mess up your credit, and being too active can mess up your credit, so you got to find that through line. So these are some of the things that we teach, especially during the mentorship program that I have. Of course, the mentorship program costs, I say it all the time. We also have consultations, $200 an hour, $300 an hour in person. But the mentorship program, this is what we go through. We work very hard so you could become the best version of yourself in this world. That's what we do. So, yeah, you get $1,000 limit. Don't spend more than $150. It's always about temptation. They're going to give you a car that does 120 miles per hour, but no speed limit is really going to exceed 75. They're going to always give you the temptation so you can break rules, so you can be penalized. Same thing with the credit limits. It's just like the speed limit. The speed limit for spending for $1,000 credit limit, the card is like the car that can do 1,000, right, miles per hour, but you're not supposed to drive faster than $150 an hour. So let's say we associate the dollar amount to the speed. And if you associate the dollar amount to speed, then your credit card being an investment vehicle, you've been given an investment vehicle that can do $1,000 per hour, figuratively speaking, like it's miles. But you're not really supposed to go past the $150 speed limit. See how it go? Never do more than 15%. So it's just like a vehicle that goes faster than any speed limit that they will allow, but they'll still sell you the vehicle. So the temptation is there so you can break the rules. You break the rules, they can give you penalty. Then they make money, their whole system. It's a debt wealth system. The system is designed for you to make errors. The only reason you can go do anything in excess is because they can monetize the errors in excess. Yeah, errors make money in the debt wealth system. Errors is a huge commodity in America. Yeah. It's real talk. It's real talk. So, you know, you don't want to spend too much time building people's dreams, because it becomes your nightmare. Build people's dreams, it becomes your nightmare. You build people's dreams, you create your own nightmare. That's the problem. Build people's dreams, create your nightmare. Yep, so I just talked to you about alternative approaches. So yes, that's another tip. So you got the trust. The reason why I say you should set up a trust, you can contact us if you need a trust. Brother Polight45@gmail.com. Brother Polight, Polight45@gmail.com. Brother Polight, Polight45@gmail.com. Brother Polight45@gmail.com. I say it a lot because people ask throughout the course of the streams. You want to have that business trust set up, because why should you spend money throughout the year and get none of the money back? That's just ridiculous. I can spend money and get nothing back the way most black people do it, or I can spend money and get something back because I'm writing it off. I'm accrediting my spending to my business. My dinner is now a business dinner. My cab is now a business ride. If I can make my groceries part of a luncheon that contributes to my business, why not? Sitting courtside, writing it off on the taxes. I'm trying to butter up one of my colleagues so he can sign this contract so we can close this deal. Why not get money back for spending? Why should I spend money throughout the year and get nothing back? Walking with me? I hope you understand what I'm saying. These are perspectives that aren't often shared in our community. And this is why I've been stressing of recent the necessity for me to deal with people on a one-on-one basis and give them mentorship. One-on-one. Because even in full classrooms, we're able to determine that sometimes the one-on-one tutor can do a lot more for the people. Okay? So sometimes you need a tutor. So you can always hit us up. Always send your phone number when you email us if you're interested in the mentorship, and we walk you through step by step, and we guarantee you we'll get you off the clock. The mentorship program is designed to get you off the clock. It's designed to show you how to let your business run itself, not run you. Okay? Yeah, so walk with me. You know, this is going to be a short stream, but I'm going to come back and I'm going to go super hard. This is going to be short. Yeah, I know my phone rings. It's a busy hour, man. I'm doing my best to give people some kind of notification when I'm about to do these streams. That's the only thing about doing these lives, Facebook lives, because when the phone rings, that's it. It's a wrap. But yeah, so definitely email me when you're interested on paying for the mentorship process, so you get that one-on-one tutoring into coming off that clock. We work in real time. We'll make it happen. I have a wealth of knowledge for many brothers and sisters to gain, and the goal is to get you off the clock. I want to be responsible for taking so many people off the clock this year that I could kind of create my own version of X-Men with entrepreneurs and see what we're able to do amongst each other and for each other. We got to see what we could do amongst each other and for each other. So one, the first thing you should be doing is setting up a trust. If you do nothing else, you need to set up your business trust. Why? Well, you have to set up your business trust because if nothing else, there's those who spend money throughout the year and get nothing back, and there's those who spend money and get something back because they spent money. What side of the conversation do you want to be on? Do you want to go another whole year spending money and get nothing back, or be amongst those who get money back for spending their own money? I'm talking about creating a part-time job out of your own spending, because that's what you wind up doing anyway. Oh, I need a little extra money. I'm just take a weekend job, take a little part-time gig. Well, you can get your part-time job money just from having a business set up and writing the spending off in your taxes. Because remember, in law, a trust or a business is equal to a person or legal person. And just like people claim children on their taxes, you can claim your trust. Yes. Yes, this is a fact. Brother, Polight, 45@gmail.com. Brother, Polight, 45@gmail.com. Yeah, you email me now, I'll connect with you in as real time as possible. This stream is going to be a little abbreviated, but I'll come back again. I'll reintroduce some of these ideas, and then I'll be super pumped up and going hard. I got a nice area I would like to do a stream today too. Yes, you could do this in the music business, definitely. So remember the credit information that I gave you. Remember the credit information I gave you. Remember the trust business that I gave you, and just understand when I do the mentorship, you get so much strategy, it's ridiculous. Consultations are cool too. In 1 hour, I'll get through a lot of information. And, you know, $200 an hour for the consultations, $300 an hour if I'm talking to you in person. Yeah. Thank you, family. Isaac Mitchell said I made his day. I appreciate that. It was all about sharing information. A lot of times our brothers and sisters get successful, and they do absolutely nothing. And what they should do is something. And I know that sounds real corny, but you have to have no thing or something, SUM, things that sum up or give people a summary, actually. A lot of people don't realize if they just shared a little bit of their experience, if they just shared a little bit of their success, they'd be surprised how much that information is worth. It's worth more than the money that someone can ask you for. And I oftentimes tell people when I do these streams, that, hey, there's a lot of information to be learned that people charge for, that I just give up at random on the streams, depending on what people ask in the comments or what the energy's like when I'm building. It's just a matter of timing and energy. Child support, same way. Just hit us up. We have a remedy program. Just Brother Polight 45. Brother Polight 45@gmail.com. Brother Polight 45@gmail.com. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. Well, we gave some of the useful tips and advice on a small business loan. For starters, you want to have an address in a neighborhood where people are making over $150,000 a year. That's for starters. And you want to do that and be positioned for some months at a time. You want to be able to say 3 months is pushing it, but at least 6 months for the same address. And I know people like, but damn, now I got to get an address and now I got to wait 6 months. Yeah, because you're going to wait the whole year and nothing's going to be going on for you any damn way. So why not just get started? Best way to start is to begin. One of my sayings. Thanks, family. Thank you, family. He said you give $1,000 worth of info. I appreciate that. So the trust is multifaceted. It's not just, okay, I can write some money off of my taxes and get some money back, which is extremely good. But then it also provides for a better shelter. You know, your taxes are oftentimes cheaper on your property if you bought your property through a company as opposed to your person. Secondly, if you purchase the property under a certain pretense, like if you purchase your property under a real estate trust, your taxes are going to be cheaper. So a lot of people spend a lot of money, property tax money, because they didn't know not to purchase the property in their own name. They hit you up heavy for that. Yeah, they hit you hard for that. He just wants you to pay him. Why are you listening to me? You know, what's funny about people, they go out their way to come on my live feed and say stupidness like he just wants you to pay him. But this is reciprocity. I give, you get, you give, I get. It's reciprocity. It's reciprocity. It's that which is mutually beneficial to both of us. But the most interesting part about my detractors is this. The most interesting part about my detractors is that they take the time out to listen to everything I say, then would like to pretend like they knew what I was talking about the whole time and tell y'all it's nothing. See, he's just trying to get bread. That's interesting. So we gotta work. We gotta put this together. We gotta study together. We gotta learn together. Like I said, I'm just in a different space today. I said I'm gonna find as much as free time as possible day to day and share information, and the information should accumulate, and you should be able to look from stream to stream and decipher amongst yourself what it is that you can take from these streams to better be able to progress or move forward. You already know. You already know. Like I said, I'm a little on the calm side. Still morning over here. Just relaxing. Thank you. Really changed your life after watching your video. Make sure you put your phone number if you email me. I see you, Sheldon. You said you emailed me. Again, the mentorship program, I walk you through step by step the whole process of what you're trying to do as far as research is concerned, the due diligence, you feel me? Advanced metrics, studying the comps, the tax equalization ratios. I walk you through the whole process so that you know how to do it yourself. That's what I do. So the financial mentorship is next level. It's facts. It's absolute facts. I'm just looking at the things that people are writing and seeing how to respond to it and incorporate it into my conversation. Yes, real estate mentorship. And as I tell people all the time, so they're not caught off guard. the mentorship program costs, because part of my mentorship program is that I give you consultations 12 times out the month, 3 times a week, 30 minutes at a time. That's a lot of energy to make sure that you get the process right, that you benefit from the process, and we accomplish all the goals that you need to accomplish. Especially if you're working. If you're working, one of the goals is to see to it that you can use my mentorship program to get off the clock. My program is designed for you to not have to work no more. It's designed so you don't have to work no more. Facts. The email is brotherpolight, POLIGHT 45 @gmail.com. Be sure to email me right now. I'll respond to you once I get off the stream, because I got a little space of time. So what I'm doing now is seeing if I could break up the space of time between when I'm on live and if I could jump and see if I could personally talk to people instead of having my administrators call on my behalf, because I think the personal experience does more for both of us. I mean, I like to know who my supporters are and the people that appreciate the information. Yep. I'm into y'all. If you're on my Facebook Live and you responded because you're on Facebook Live, I do the mentoring myself. I do it directly. And I'm actually coming down to the wire as far as the mentoring is concerned, because I'm building up the students. So, you know, I have to be able to commit to all the people that I'm talking to. Yep. So the consultations by themselves is $200 an hour. But when you get into the mentorship program, I give you 12 consultations out the month, 3 times a week, 30 minutes at a time, on wealth building, credit repair, and everything. In addition to the real estate, investing, and direction. Doesn't get no better than that. Doesn't get no better than that. Facts. Yep. And it's another beautifully warm and sunny day out here in LA. I'm looking forward to those of you who forward me emails interested in the financial mentorship, interested in being the best version of yourself. Those of you who understand, if you keep building other people's dreams, you will create your own nightmare. How about that? You keep building other people's dreams, you will create a nightmare for yourself. It's all facts. Keep building people's dreams, and you're going to keep creating a nightmare for yourself. You got to get off that damn clock. There's nothing wrong with working. There's something wrong with working for long periods of time, years on out, and seeing the company grow that has no incentive, ambition, or correspondence with your life goals. I mean, how can you give a company 10, 15, 20, 30 years of your life, and its goals are separate and different from your goals? Yeah, you may even be doing something relatively nice for people working at that company, but is it your goal? Is it your vision? Is this what you're supposed to do with planet Earth? Spend 20, 30 years of your life? Think about it. Most of us would have worked most of all our life. From the time we first got our job and we got the reward of a check, that's all we knew. Yo, I gotta work so I get this money, save this money up, get my shoes, get my kicks, go to this baby shower, Valentine's Day, holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, hopefully. So think about it. Most of us been working since 16, 17, 18, and we're going to be working straight until our 60s. Most of us are going to work until our body breaks down, and we have no choice but to fall back and receive our little Social Security and pension, our little traditional retirement account plans, our little 401ks, whatever the heck that's really supposed to be. But think about it. This thing is designed for you to spend most of your human experience working more than you develop yourself. If you do a 9 to 5, essentially we're talking about 8 hours. Then you travel to work probably an hour and back, 10 hours out your life. You have to wash up. You have to cook, hopefully. You have to clean. Let's just say more than half of your life is consumed by working. You want to socialize with your friends or family when you do have the time. If you have children, you got to try to partition some of your time with them. Don't forget you got to sleep. So we just took the 8 hours that you have to use towards working for someone, creating their dream. The hour to go to work, the hour to come back is 10 hours. You sleep at least 6 hours. They say you should sleep for 8 hours. That's sleeping a third of your life. That's insane. But you sleep for like 6 hours. Let's give you 6 hours on an average. Average person sleeping at least 6 hours. 6 plus 10. Between your work and the sleep you have to get to go back to work. Work is consuming 16 hours out your life. Think about it. If work is consuming 16 hours out your life, you only have 1/3 of your life to yourself, and you have to partition that third of your life to washing up, getting prepared to go to work, cooking, cleaning, socializing, and guess what? Probably grocery shopping. You got to run errands. Guess what? You don't even have no time to yourself. I didn't say nothing about meditating, praying, reading, studying, writing, practicing some form of your artistry, or even traveling around the world. Most of your life, most of your world is engineered in such a way that you have to do work for other people for over 16 hours. You have to commit 16 hours every day for the most part for over 40 years of your life. For over 40 years of your life. And some of you work part-time jobs in addition to the job you have, or work overtime or double overtime, or work 2 jobs. You have to commit 40 years plus of your life to sacrificing over 16 hours of your life to creating something for someone else's life. Your life only gets 8 hours, and those 8 hours are damn near miscellaneous because you have to scramble for the 8 hours that's yours. Someone is getting 2/3 of your life. Think about it. Somebody's getting 2/3 of your life. 9 to 5, 8 hours. To and fro from work, an hour each, 10. Go to sleep for 6, 16 hours. You got 8 hours left. Someone's getting 2/3 of your life. And the 1/3 that you got to squeeze into being a parent, socializing with friends and family. Maybe you want to watch a little TV or get a little entertainment. You certainly got to wash up. And it would be nice if you could travel. It would be nice if you could read, write, study, develop your art. But more likely you won't be able to accomplish none of that because you'll be drained out by the time you get down to your last 8 hours, the 8 hours that's exclusive to you. Do you think this is how life should be? Do you think you should be working 2/3 of your life towards somebody else's ambition for over 40 hours? Pardon me, over 40 years. Do you think you should be contributing over 40 years of your life, 2/3 of the day at a time? How could you put so much into someone else and think you can leave this planet fulfilled? I'll tell you what, I'd rather be a damn street vendor and live in a subpar apartment than to go corporate and make a so-called bigger check and only have 8 hours to myself or less. And the reward is when I become 70, I can have time to myself when I'm 70 years old. I won't even get to see who I am in my prime in existence. What talent I have that I would like to share with the world. It's real talk. Look at this salty person. It's no consciousness in bashing others, people's lifestyle. Your money hasn't helped not one black community. Laughing my ass off. And you live around rich white people, uppity people. Your message is so far from reality. So let me get this right. I'm bashing people's lifestyle because I'm letting them know that from my personal experience of living better, I believe that they too should set certain goals for themselves as to not contribute 2/3 of their life day to day towards building someone else's dream. I'm bashing people's lifestyle. My money doesn't help black people, but I use my money to get this phone to stream live for absolutely free to motivate. When I buy over 500 soups, and Negroes try to say, oh, but he only paid 50 cents. That's a lie. But when I buy over 500 vegan soups and give it out, when I buy clothes, hoodies, and sweaters from my own pocket and give it out alongside gang members, city to city. And even when I'm not there, I fund it with my brothers over there in New Jersey, the Hoovers. But my money is not helping the people, and I'm bashing your lifestyle. No, I'm not bashing your lifestyle. If something's messed up, it's messed up. You may be complacent and say, hey, don't talk about my lifestyle. You calling that a lifestyle? There ain't no lifestyle. That's a style of life that was imposed on you, but that's not your lifestyle. If it was your lifestyle, people, you would be living better. This is not our lifestyle. This is not our lifestyle. Thank you, Saya Lindell. Yeah. We live, baby. We live. Yeah, it's hot. You're hot.
Oh my gosh. Peace, fam.
It's over there. So someone said I was bashing their lifestyle because I was telling them that you either gonna, if you keep creating, if you keep building other people's dreams, you create a nightmare for yourself. So I was breaking down this. I was saying this to them. I was like, if you go to work 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. It probably take you an hour to go and an hour to come back. That's 10 hours. You gotta go to sleep. The average amount of time people sleep is 6 hours. So I said this, that's 16 hours. You only got 8 hours left. You only got a third of your day left, a third of your life. Watch this. So I said 2/3 of your life is based on you working for someone else. Do you think we should give 2/3 of ourselves to someone else? Shouldn't we get the 2/3 and someone else get the 1/3?
Right. Yeah.
My whole working makeup between me traveling to and fro, coming back, it shouldn't exceed 8 hours. We shouldn't have 8-hour work days for other people's dreams. I'm willing to do 2/3 for my dreams.
Right.
I'm not willing to do 1/3 for me, because now my 1/3 has to be shared with you, my wife, shared with my children. I still gotta wash my behind. I gotta clean at some point or the other.
Right.
Where do I get the time to read, study, and write, pray, and meditate? We'll be tired. Or we'll be like, yo, I gotta meditate for like 3 minutes because I get to read in this book. I only can read the book for like 10. Everything that we do is gonna be rushed because it's gonna be our time. We gotta rush on our time because we're gonna have to encapsulate the 2/3 into the 1/3. because the 1/3 is in the 2/3. My life should not be, I shouldn't be limited to 1/3 on my time in my life. My day shouldn't be limited to 1/3. And all those things in 1/3 wouldn't work. Because guess what? You and I need 8 hours to ourselves any damn way. So that go to work and deal with you for 8 hours. After a while, the couple gets drained out. They don't got time for each other. They tired. The children go to school during hours that contradict the hours you go to work. Your children grow up. You feel me? Y'all walking with me? That's going to be a new one. Yeah, so it's not bashing. I'm just like, we mathematically put this into perspective. You leaving?
No, I'm going to check on my app.
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, it's real talk. What you say? I'm over there if you over there. Call mama and chill with me, 'cause I'm about to get off. You heard? I'm about to be off soon. So yeah, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Facts. So I ain't knocking nobody. I'm saying, yo, we gotta put this thing in perspective. I'm just giving you perspective. You only got a third of your life to yourself, and you got to encapsulate everything that you should be doing for yourself into that 1/3. It should be the other way around. You should give 1/3 to the corporations of the world who don't share in your vision, and 2/3 should be back to you. This is how you drain the spirit. Because now when you're working to keep your cell phone on, you're working to keep your house, you're working to keep your car. These are all material things. It calcifies the spirit. So your brain or your preoccupation becomes this affinity to material things, and you lose sight of who and what you really are. It's real talk. Yeah, numbers don't lie. So I can't be doing that. I'm not about that. I just want to give people perspective that you're giving 2/3 of your life to someone else. And if you saw it from that perspective, maybe it would encourage you to say, you know what? It's time to invest in myself. It's time to invest in myself. So, you know, it's a shame that someone would feel like I'm bashing people and all. I'm living with uppity, rich white folks, and I don't do nothing to help y'all. That's not what it is. Remember Harriet Tubman said she would have been able to slave. Harriet Tubman said she would be able to save more slaves if only they knew they were slaves in the first place. Remember Harriet Tubman had to kill her own husband. You feel me? Make sure you send your phone number when you send the email, brotherpolight45@gmail.com, for the financial mentorship, for me to walk you through the process step by step, for me to hold your hand. Yeah, but it's all about angles. Invest towards yourself. Yeah, I ain't knocking y'all. If I was knocking y'all, you know what the ultimate knock would be? The ultimate knock would be me not even talking to y'all and just hanging out. The ultimate knock would just be me showing out, showing off, and not giving you no resolve or no perspective or angles so you could achieve similar success and do with it what you choose. Like what I do with my monetary gain and success is the decision that I make. Some things I show, some things I don't, because of the world that we live in. Because not enough of us is consciously empowered to protect each other when we share this information. So 2/3 of your life, think about that, man. 9 to 5, go to work, come back to work 10 hours. Go to bed, sleep 6 hours, 16 hours. God damn. It's crazy. And if we were to count the breakfast we're trying to eat before we go to work, and the washing up and preparing our clothes before we go to work, now we gotta be at least, that gotta qualify at least an hour. That'll put us at 17 hours, all based on working. We got less than a third of the day left for ourselves. The email is brother, Polight, 45 at gmail.com. Brother, Polight, 45 at gmail.com. Okay? Brother, Polight, 45 at gmail.com. The only thing I could do at this particular point in time is teach the individuals and create a successive collective. People who think relatively similar to the way I think, so we could come up together. So it doesn't matter if you say, hey, I'm just going to start up my trust. Just start your trust. Get the ball rolling. Get the trust started. If you could afford the mentorship program, go the full distance. Get the mentorship program going. Start in real time and just go forward. Stop wasting time. And you see what they do with your time. You'll never have time for yourself. And then you'll become a zombie. Now, all you know how to do is work for other people. All you know how to do is just create their goals and their opportunities. They over here living in giant ass houses, going on, riding their boats and traveling the world because they have a large group of black people who've just become complacent with building up their dreams. Facts. Absolute facts. Brother, Polight, 45 at gmail.com. That's the goal, man. The goal's got to be tutoring, mentoring, coaching, however you want to call it, counseling. Like, these are the things to get our community back up and running. We don't want to do relationship counseling. Don't want nobody in their business. Everybody know what they're doing, but our families are broken up. We got to get back in the game, man. You'd be surprised. And the root to most of our problems is because the finance, the fiat. The fiat is the root to most of our problems. The lack of money. Word. I was supposed to be off this for a little. But I just want to thank y'all for listening. Thank you for your time and your energy, your love and your support. I'm going to be back again, probably in another 2 hours or so. I'm going to be back again, sharing. I'm going to be more uppity and pumped up. Right now, I was just relaxing. I was just thinking. So I said, you know what? That's what I want to talk about. We build their dreams, we create our nightmare. We build their dreams, we create our nightmare. I hope you make good use of the information that we shared about the trust, information that we shared about credit. Get it done, get it set up, follow the advice. You know, set up those boxes if you can, find them in the neighborhoods that's averaging over $150,000 a year, so you can get approved for larger lines of credit. Make sure you have it for X amount of months on end. Use the advice, man. Use the knowledge. When we come on here and we share data for free, use it. You don't got a credit card and it's hard for you to get one, get a secure credit card. Go to the bank and ask them for a secure credit card. That's when you put your own money on a credit card and you use your own money as a line of credit. If you do good with that after a year, the amount of money you left on the credit card will become your credit line for an actual credit card. But your secured credit card will behave as a credit card. You can start building credit with your own money. Don't get one, get two different banking institutions. Then when you get the credit cards, make sure that your credit cards have a balance transfer option, like we discussed, and never go over 15% of the credit line that they give you. So if you create your own credit card, you give yourself a $500 limit through your secure credit card, then you know you shouldn't spend more than $75 out of the $500. Just say to yourself, this is $500 I will never see again until next year. And even when it becomes your line of credit, they'll give you back your $500, and then you'll have a $500 credit limit because you'll show through your behavior that you can handle such a task. But just before they give you that approval, that's when you throw extra money on it so you can start off with a larger credit limit. Why? If I get a secure credit card and I start off with $500, but they tell me, yo, after 6 months, you should be able to be approved for the actual credit, then I'm going to save my money or I'm going to invest some way. So that way, when I get close to the 6-month marker, I'm going to drop extra money on top of the 500. Why? Because if I have a credit limit of 5 or 10 grand, then guess what? That's going to help my credit. So why would I do a secure credit card and call myself winning because I got approved of the $500 that I put on the card? I would wait until I get towards the end of the road, just before they say, yo, okay, you're approved. The amount of money you put on your card, we're going to give it back to you. We're going to start you off with that limit. Man, if that's the case, then right when you're on the cusp of that approval period, put more money on there. That's what you do. So the amount of credit that you got from that card, you can leverage that into opportunities for other people to extend you lines of credit that are equal to that amount, if not more. You don't want to start off with actually $500 limit. I'm telling you, you got to play the game. It's all strategy. And the only way you're really going to survive in this game is if you got the patience to wait 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. But why not? Instead of failing for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10. Come on. Sometimes you just really got to buckle down and say, you know what? You got to be a prophet when it comes to your finance. You got to just see the future. Like, you know what? I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait it out. That's what you got to start doing. You just got to wait it out. It's facts. Absolute facts. Sometimes you got to wait it out. So again, the email is brother, POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. Leave your phone number and let's get to work. Let's do the best that you can to come up. Do the best that you can to teach. Do the best that you can to live for yourself. Because it's going to be hard to live for you and your family inside of 8 hours. You got a big family, you're going to have to divide the amount of time you have for yourself and them inside of the 8 hours you have left. Or 7, actually. You don't even have a third of the day left to yourself and your family and to your spirituality. That's horrible. That's horrible. Brother Polight is brother Polight 45. Not just Polight 45, it's brother. You gotta put brother Polight 45 at gmail.com. Let me see if I could write it in there for you. I'm writing it right now. Okay, I just put it in there. Brother Polight 45 at gmail.com. Thank you, Amaru. Appreciate you. So we're gonna do our thing, man. It's real talk. And it's so interesting whenever I share ideas and wealth building strategies with people. They always try to send you to more expensive and technical approaches. I'm telling you something that's very simple. You go to the bank, get a secure credit card. You could create your own line of credit. You can stack up enough money. People got to stop trying to send people to all that extra expensive craziness, man. Because sometimes we ain't on the level. If you're going to spend that bread, that got to be for more substantial gains. But for some damn credit, come on, man. You got to stop trying to send people to the crazy expensive prices to do something simple. Set up your mailbox. Go to the bank. Like, follow the instructions I'm telling you. That shit is... none of that is going to me. Dumb instructions I just gave you. You know, if you're trying to do advanced credit repair, it's a whole nother conversation. But you got a little time on your hands, I'm telling you the route that you go, man. But this is stuff that you get inclusive of the mentorship anyway. Brother Polight. Brother. I'm seeing the typos. I'm gonna presume that's a typo. Yeah, that's what you do. Secure a credit card, man. And just take your time, build up, and make sure when you're on the cusp of the transition where it actually becomes credit and you're not using your own money for credit, add some more dollars to it just before that time, so you could be recognized for having that line of credit. That's right. It works. Thank you, Sinton Lee, for letting them know. It helps build your credit, and it's simple. You don't gotta give people a bunch of dollars, man, to do certain things, man. Some of these things is just not really that deep. You know, we gotta know when to keep it real sometimes. All the times. Keep it real. This stream right here is designed to give you data that you can get off the stream and start applying, or take notes and put things into perspective. Then you want more advanced courses, you give me a call, you contact, and we start going super hard. But like I said, my program is just designed for you to get off the clock. So yeah, that costs some money, and we're gonna approach things from some amazing perspectives. But there's little nuances to things that you can start doing now just to get yourself off the ground and have some kind of momentum. So every time I get on these streams, I make my duty to motivate and to educate. I make my duty to say, man, if you ain't have a dollar to your name, damn, that brother just gave me something I could do right now. Thanks to my Hebrews that's showing the love. Appreciate you. Man, you already know. So I thank y'all. Make sure you leave your phone number and any emails that you send me. Brother, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother, POLIGHT45@gmail.com. I gotta get ready, handle some of those calls, and then get to some of the business that I got going on for the day. But I'll be sure to be back at you. So just hit me up. If you hit me up now, I'll talk to you. Be as conservative with the conversation as possible, with the understanding that I got to talk to other people, and I'm going to talk to as much people as I can in a short period of time, so I can get to work or get some of y'all processes started. We're going to do the best thing that we can do. But we got to get back into the 2/3. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back into the 2/3. And when I say get back into the 2/3, that's our jargon. That's our slogan. Because we need to be on the 2/3 end of life, not the 1/3. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're going to be all the way up. So we need to get back into the 2/3, family. It's our responsibility. It's our divine responsibility. Peace. Love you. Hit me up. Leave your phone number.